We live in an anxious world. There's a psalm that I ran across just the other day that certainly reminded me of the worrisome, in a way, the fearful kind of world that can penetrate our thinking at times. It's over in the Psalms. You'll find it in Psalm 94, verse 19. It says, "In a multitude of anxieties within me." That's the way that verse starts. And sometimes that's the way life feels. There's so many fears and so many worries that we face that we could easily identify with this particular passage. Well, what about it? When I'm faced with those challenges and those difficulties, what do I do? Well, Psalm 94 finishes in a remarkable way. It says, "Your comforts delight my soul." Even though we are anxious and fearful, and we have anxiety, God can comfort us when we turn to Him, when we look to Him. Now, that was the New King James translation. Now, when we read that in other versions, Common English Version says this: "When I was burdened with worries, you comforted me, and I felt secure." Love the way that's worded. In fact, in the Message, it says this: "The minute I said, 'I'm slipping, I'm falling,' your love, God, took hold of me and held me fast. When I was upset and beside myself, you calmed me down and cheered me up." You see, the power of God can do just that. When we just get buried in our thoughts and our worries and our fears, it can almost be overwhelming. But this particular passage reminds us what we need to do. We need to turn to God. We need to look to Him and ask Him to lift those fears and those worries from our mind. In fact, we also find in the TTP version, or TPT version, saying this: "Whenever my busy thoughts were out of control, the soothing comfort of your presence calmed me down and overwhelmed me with delight." I like the way that's worded, because not only does it relieve us of our anxieties and fears, not only calming us down, but ultimately we can have the perspective of confidence and joy because of God's presence when we remember He's always with us and will never leave us or forsake us. So the next time you feel anxious, you feel overburdened, you feel challenged by the difficulties in life, think of Psalm 94:16 and recognize the fact when we turn to Him, He can lift those anxieties and ultimately give us joy. That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.